Another question we had was after the session was about using branches, and someone gave an example of somebody's repository where they were using branches to have they're basically, they sounded like using them as if they're releases. So you had like the 2020 branch and then the 2021 for the new year. So that's not really how branches, what the purpose of branches is. And remember, like, that could be really confusing for users. As I mentioned, every time when you switch to a branch, it's changing your file system to that state. So like a user who's not intimately involved in using Git and how branches work, it's going to be kind of shocking for them to then go look in their file system and see, wow, all the 2020 files are gone, whereas what just happened is they switched to the 2021 branch and it rewrote their file system to be 2021, and the information to get 2020 back is just in this hidden file, that folder that they can't see, called .git. And they wouldn't understand it anyhow if they could look in that folder. So so I would never personally use branches that way. Instead, I think about what's my kind of the long-term vision of what these kind of different releases, what they are, and then I would choose kind of two different ways I might do that. So this is an example. This is a work that I do on time series analysis, and it's organized into a GitHub organization. It has its own nice little landing page. GitHub does that for you. And then within this, I have the repositories that are associated with this course that I teach. And each time we teach the course, we have a website. And that website could change quite a bit year to year. But it's still, there's a lot of similarities, and we don't change the format. We do change content, but, it's not like wildly changing. So the way we do that is we have, this is a repository for the website. If you click there, you would see that it has the website code, and then it has a link to the website. And it has all the lectures and everything. And then the next time we teach it, we're going to clone that. So we're not going to fork it. First off, it's going within the same repository. You couldn't fork to within your own repository. And also, we're not going to be updating 2019 with any changes to 2017. These are different versions. So it makes more sense to just clone that repository when we're getting ready to teach again. So we're just making a copy and then edit the files that we need. So we have a different version each year. And then we have a master repository, and this one is for a website that will link to these archived ones, prior year ones. Okay, so that's how we do it for that. Now, for software that I'm releasing, that's kind of different because I need to make actual releases, and people may need to install different releases. And GitHub offers this release function here. So now these are the versions here, and then it has all that info. And then somebody can install that version here. I give them the code that shows them how to install that. What strategy you use just depends on your project, but generally branches, I think, would not be how you want to do that. You're going to use branches when You are branching off your code. You're going to work on it and some aspect of the code, not like the whole code base. Oftentimes you're just doing a branch for a function or two. You get done, you fix that, you merge it back in, you delete the branch. So these branches come off, then they get merged back in, and then they get deleted. That would be the normal workflow with branches.